Shit don't never stop. Just the flow that got the block eyes. Super hot. Baby, my respect. I just need that on every day. Let's do some radio.
How long you been on radio?
Since 2009. Okay. Just for a little bit. I'm gonna slide this. I don't understand why. Mornings with Michael and Friends on Power 108.9. Yo, we got an awesome show for you today. Got some cool people coming to hang out with us today. As a matter of fact, today is January 8th, 2019. If you don't believe me, that's what my paper say right there. Somebody wrote that on there. Hey, we got an awesome show for you today. Hey, today's show is being brought to you by Coach Oliver Adams, a.k.a. The Coach. We're going to be talking about the Coach all day today. And we got birthdays today, too. Not Coach's birthday today. But you can check out Coach. As he always says, true power comes from the inside of you. And once the power to live is ignited, change happens immediately. He's got a new book out, ladies and gentlemen. It's called Power to Live Through Obstacles. You can check it out on his website, power2live.net. Don't forget you can follow the show, too. We got a new YouTube page. It's called Power 108.9. You can check out all the videos and stuff. I got a video. I got that YouTube on right now. That's a horrible angle that I got that camera on. It's not even for me. It's for the guests. So let me get that thing out my way. Hey, we're going to tell you who's going to be hanging out with us today because I got some cool people. Got some very inspiring stories to talk about today. Hey, Latasha. Good morning. That Facebook video be bumping, though. Boy, that light is nice and good. Oh, yeah. Check out that Facebook jump. But we got some cool people hanging out with us today. I'll tell you about that. And we got some great stories to tell you about. As a matter of fact, that governor up there in, where was that young? In Tennessee. They let her out. They're going to let her out. I'll tell you about that story. I'll tell you about that sister who I'm talking about. Also, who else is in the news? Carnival Cruise Lines. They're in the news. They told the man, hey, that wasn't our fault. That was your fault. You should have been checking on your wife. We'll tell you about that. Guess who is the highest grossing company of all time at this moment right now? Yes, they are. I'll tell you. All you got to do is Google it. But I'll tell you who just took over number one as far as stocks and valuations and all that good stuff. Got a lot of stories to talk about. Got your birthdays and shout outs. Got your national days. You're on this day. All that good stuff. Yeah. So, January 9th, 8th, it is. I'm sorry. Thank you, Chris. So it's great to have great people around you. I know, right? I'm already in tomorrow. Hey, we'll tell you who's on the show today. This morning, it's with Michael and Friends on Power 108.9. Shout wake up, let's go. Yeah, we got to get your Wi-Fi going.
It is not the
Morning with Michael.
Her Wi-Fi not working. Hey, Tasha. How can you hear me good now, Tasha? Got that good angle on Chris. Did you get it?
Kind of sort of.
Okay.
It's not completely here, but
I think it's her phone, y'all.
it might be this sick. They said upgrade for what?
Yeah, that was funny. How you spell it? Chris, Christeria. Christeria. Good morning, Miss TJ Sauce. Chris said she's still on the iPhone 6. Hate to break the news, Chris, but we are on number 10 now.
I know, right?
But I guess that's how you save your money. You ain't upgrade your phone all the time. That's why
Well, that's how they
successful.
keep on spending money.
Christeria. I cannot tag you, Chris. Oh, you know what? How about I search for you as a friend? And say at least get the A+.
My kids are 8.
Oh, the kids got the A. See, that's how mamas do. That's exactly how mamas do. Mamas get their babies the 8s.
Well, see, you know, the new phones, you can't do as much as the old phones. You can't listen and charge at the same time.
All right, here we come, y'all. Oh, we are friends. We already friends on social media.
We've been friends for a while.
All right, here we come, y'all. We about to come up. Hey, what up, T. Marie? All right, here we come.
Anybody else coming in?
Okay. Oh, okay. So yes, now y'all can hear me well. I fixed that last night. Miss TJ Sauce, if you don't send an email to thepower1089@gmail.com so you can get on the show, girl, and stop playing, you know you come on the show. Stop acting brand new. Let's see if Chris got online. If she got. Have you? Okay. You here? All right. All right, y'all. Give me one more minute, and we back. You get on, Chris?
Sort of, kind of. It's off and on.
We go get you. Hey, you gotta share. You gotta share that post too, Miss TJ Sauce. You fired. You go fire me. You can't fire me. Share it for me. If we're gonna get you on this feed. All right, let's go. What up, Pops? Mornings with Michael and Friends on Power 108.9. Today is January 9th, 2000. Damn, why do you keep saying the 9th?
Sorry.
Thank you, Chris. Chris hanging out with us today. You can turn her mic on so we can hear her. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm well. How are you?
You just ain't got no Wi-Fi.
I know. It's tripping.
It's tripping over there. Hey, thank you for correcting me on this date, though.
Oh, yes.
Why am I jumping to the 9th so bad?
Must be something special about tomorrow.
It must be. Hey, today is January 9th, 2019. You know what that means? That today is National Winter Skin. Huh? 2000.
January 9th.
God damn it.
Just proceed.
It's January 8th. Is it the 8th or 9th?
The 8th.
8th. I said 2019. Whatever. Today is National Winter Skin Relief Day, for those that didn't know that. Did you know that?
I did.
Now you know. As winter kicks into high gear, wink, wink. It's not really winter yet, because it's been nice and sunny in Atlanta. National Winter Skin Relief Day is observed every year on January 8th, and it reminds us to always keep our skin from withering under the harsh elements. Now, dropping temperatures outside and rising temperatures inside add a different amount of moisture in the air. And our skin is the first to notice, right? You know that. So here's the deal. When the chill sets in, avoid the temperatures of taking long hot showers, because the skin strips of its natural oils during this time when you be taking them hot showers and it's kind of chilly outside. But none of that matters because it's kind of warm in the air. And hanging out with us today is Christeria Lynn from Cincinnati, Ohio.
Yes.
You were a, sometimes when we advertise that, hey, we're booking guests for shows, PR people call in or email us and say, hey, we'd love to have our clients on. You were hand selected by a good friend of mine, Miss Sharice, and said that you would make an amazing guest on the show. So welcome to the show. Whenever Sharice send me a guest, like I'm always like, oh yeah, I know she's gonna bring it. So good morning to you.
Good morning to you and everyone else.
Appreciate that. Welcome. First of all, you from Cincinnati, Ohio.
I am.
How long you been in the A?
A week.
Oh, that's it? You just got down here?
I just got down here. I used to live down here about 9 years ago.
Okay.
So I've been down here.
It sounds like you've been up in the DMV area for a while. You ever lived up in DC?
No.
Okay, you just got a little accent to you.
No.
So why was it that Sharice said, you know what, you need to have Chris on the show?
One is because Sharice is an awesome person and she helps me and she coaches me as in reference to my branding.
Gotcha.
So she knows a lot of my testimony. She knows a lot of my stories. She knows a lot of my struggles, and she knows a good amount of my strengths.
Got you. And we were talking earlier about you got the kids' cell phones, got the 8s. You still stuck on the 6.
I'm stuck on the 6, so it won't work anymore.
But talk about your family. Talk about your kids and how what they mean to you.
So I am I have 6 children. My oldest is 24. My youngest is 6. My children mean the world to me. 4 of my 6 children are gifted. My oldest lives in Alabama. My second oldest, who's 20, goes to Bowling Green. And then I have the 4 little ones, 12, 10, 7, and 6.
Okay.
And so the reason why I do what I do is for my children.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of children. And I want to show them no matter what circumstances or whatever it is that you go through, not just them, for everyone else, that you can still succeed. Gotcha. You know?
And we talk about Sharice. Like I said, she's an awesome individual. And we talk about your brand and how she is helping you with your brand. Tell us about your brand.
So my brand is a 6-figure single mom of 6. And my brand pretty much represents me helping other single women in a sense. My brand is about how I took $2,000 and turned it into 6 figures from desperation. I was in a very desperate situation. I was in an abusive marriage. And so from that abusive marriage, I was presented with an opportunity to clean and then started my own cleaning business, became very successful. And so from there, I grew it into the 6-figure single mom of 6, which entails me helping people with business development and coaching. Oh,
that's awesome. And when you talk about, growing up, Cincinnati, becoming a business owner, did you see that coming, or were you in the mindset of, just go to work, retire, 401k and all that?
No, I'm not the corporate person.
I can kind of tell.
I learned that when I lived down here a long time ago. Like, I'm not the corporate person, but when I was kind of forced to move back to Cincinnati, I tried several things and they didn't work. And I think the last straw was when I was working at Procter and Gamble, and it just wasn't for me.
Yeah.
So Cincinnati, there is a lot of opportunities in Cincinnati, but there's a lot of hindrance as well. So it's one of those places where opportunities pretty much don't present themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You have to go and seek and find them.
Yeah.
And create them.
Yeah. And I'm sure your kids see that in you, and that pushes them towards entrepreneurship. I know you got some gifted kids out there. I know they probably out there about to change the world, right there.
They trying to.
Yeah. Hey, we're gonna be hanging out with Chris all morning today. Not all day today, but all morning today. Let me correct myself. We could hang out with her all day, but unfortunately, we can't get her phone on Wi-Fi. So we're about to start a GoFundMe. Let's get Chris to the 7.
No.
She does not want to. She does not want to. Hey, I mentioned that today is National Winter Skin Relief Day. It was also on this day, January 8th,
yes,
1997, that Mr. Rogers received his Hollywood star on the Walk of Fame. I always talk about I went to LA last year for the first time and went down there to the Walk of Fame. It really depends on where your star is on the Walk of Fame. Because if it ain't in front of the little theater and you got to walk all the way down there, oh, hell no. It look like Bankhead when you start getting down that. I'm good. Hey, when we come back, we're going to talk more with Chris. We're also going to send a shout out to that Tennessee governor who let the young lady, we'll tell you about that. It's Mornings with Michael and Friends on Power 108.9. Shout it. I'm going to go downstairs and get the other young lady. Okay. Hey, can y'all make sure Chris doesn't break anything, please? Because at this point right now, I don't trust her. You can never trust her. Right. You can't trust this lady with a 6. All right, I'll be right back. Okay. Hey, watch your Terrence. Thank you, bro. Did you get on?
I did.
Yes, finally. She made it. What up, Mo? What up, Tom? Man, I appreciate y'all. Hey, can y'all share that jump for your folk? Appreciate it. Best. Why am I yelling?
You see people like, it's the 8, not the 9.
I know, they keep, yes. Push the door for me, sis.
Oh, I got it. Hi, I'm Chris.
I'm Nafisah.
Nice to meet you. You said Nafisah?
Nafisah.
Nafisah?
Yeah.
You want to let the seat up a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right down the right. Okay. You got it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ange. Ange, you will be on the show, Ange. I'm just giving you a hard time. I gotta stop looking at me. Let y'all holler at my guests. We'll get this day right.
Get it right this time.
Mornings with Michael and Friends, Power 108.9. January 8th,
Yes.
2019 is the date. I already told you that today is National Winter Skin Relief Day. It's also National Bubble Bath Day.
Oh, snap.
Once again, on cold winter days, unfortunately, not like in Atlanta, but when it's cold outside, relaxing in a nice, warm, hot bath sounds like a perfect way to commemorate National Bubble Bath Day, which is celebrated annually on January 8th. The bubbles on the top of the water, though, you know they're used to insulate the bath water. Did you know that? I never knew that's what bubble baths were for, right? See, if you would not have came on Mornings with Michael and Friends, you would have never known that today. So today, National Bubble Bath Day. But my thing, I think as I've gotten older, I take less baths now. I mean, I take showers, not baths. Because now I just be thinking about sitting, washing in a tub, and then rinsing off in the dirty water. Like, it's like, that doesn't make sense. Like, what were our parents thinking?
But it worked.
It worked, yes.
It worked.
Chris is here today with us. Chris, you got an amazing story.
Thank you.
Talk about 6 figures, single mom of 6.
Yes.
Tell us about the corporation and what you're doing for people.
So right now I am helping individuals with business infrastructure, a small amount of marketing, and sales, in a sense.
Talk about the friendship with Sharice and how you met Sharice.
So Sharice and I go back, way back. And I had just moved to Georgia, and I think it was 2001 or 2002, and I'm not quite sure how I ran across Sharice. I don't remember. She may remember. But making a long story short, she was in a process of opening up her own business, and I was in the process of trying to open up my own business. We both succeeded, and she had just opened up her hair shop.
White Diamond.
White Diamond.
Uh-huh.
Yep. She had just opened up her hair shop, White Diamond, and so from there, our relationship blossomed and it grew, and we just remained friends. Yeah.
You talk about good partnerships and the importance, because now with your cleaning company that you built, I'm sure there were days when you had to go out and hit every building yourself. Trust me, because I know about how long ago was it, Tasha? It was like right recession time. Wife and I were trying to figure out, okay, we need something to supplement this real estate income because this ain't working. So we purchased a commercial cleaning franchise, and we had to work that thing.
You do?
Yeah, you had to work that thing, because some people think that, okay, I'm gonna purchase, get a cleaning franchise, and then I'm just gonna let everybody else work. It don't work like that, does it?
No, it doesn't work that way. The attrition rate in the cleaning industry is, the last I checked, like over 200%.
Oh, wow.
And so that was one of the things when I had started my cleaning business. I did a lot of research, so I knew there may have been a lot of days where I was going to have to work myself. So you also have to think about it as if when people are applying for cleaning jobs, most of them are not looking for careers.
Correct.
They're looking for a supplemental income.
Yep.
And they're looking for a second job. So that's one of the things. Like, everybody wants to get paid is what I learned, but nobody wants to work.
Right.
So we end up doing the work ourselves.
Exactly. And you have to, because it's your business.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's your business. And when you mention most people aren't looking for a career in that, but then you have those small few that say, you know what? I think I can do this too, and build a franchise or build a company from starting from cleaning. What would be your best advice to them?
For anyone who wants to start an organic business, I would say research and plan.
Mm-hmm.
That would be my best advice. And make sure that, I wouldn't say you always need the working capital, but it's important because it's kind of hard to scale without the working capital. So the more you research and understand that the business that you're in, because it's one thing to start a business, it's another thing to maintain.
Right.
And so that's where most of the pitfalls come when it's time to maintain a business. Because anybody can start it. You got $100, you go to Secretary of State, you get a free EIN,
Mm-hmm.
you in business. But it's another thing to maintain it. And the way that you maintain it is research what's required to do so.
And how did you start? Let's ask that question real quick. What was it that you did to get started?
I first started cleaning for prominent people in Cincinnati. That's how I first started. And so from there, word of mouth spread. And then while I was cleaning the houses, I was doing my research at the same time. And then one day, the person was like, you should start a cleaning business. And that's when I was at Procter & Gamble. I'm like, I got to get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I got out, did my research, got my first commercial contract within about 3 months. And because I'm so-called, for some reason, I think I was just born with business acumen.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
I grew my business, but I grew it too fast. And that's a dangerous thing, too. So I had to take a step back and I had to put the right processes and procedures in place so I didn't have to work on the business all the time.
Because the numbers sounded good when those contracts was coming in, weren't they? Oh my goodness.
But it didn't sound good when I had to go in there every night.
Trust me, I truly understand that job right there. Hey, we're hanging out with Chris today. She's in the building with us. And we're going to continue hollering at her. And we got a new guest in the building today. We're going to holler at her all the way from Durham, North Kakalaki. Boy, that's my part of town. Boy, that's so country up there. Boy, shout out to Northgate Mall. Yes, you thought I was just joking. Hey, when we come back, we're going to holler at Nafisah. I think I said the name right. She is a international hairstylist all the way from that Durham, North Kakalaki, shouted. Wonder how long that mega bus ride was down here from North Carolina. It take about 14 hours to get down here. Hey, we come back. We got your birthdays and shout outs. We got all that good stuff this morning with Michael and Friends on Power 108.9. Shout it. Power 108.9.
You want me to tie that for you? Or you good?
Thank you. I'm sitting here trying to struggle.
I just saying a lot. We will come and grab it. All right. You got somebody with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. It's my son and my best friend's son. They don't have to sit in here though. I just needed them to take like a video and a picture of me, but they don't have to.
They can sit in here. Hey, what's up, Ursula? What up, Kevin? Appreciate y'all. Thanks for sharing that, John.
Inside, right? But I don't know. I was trying to get your.
I got the right date. Yes, I did.
Yeah,
I'll be right back.
I think I
Like this.
yeah.
What piece of slide?
Oh, okay.
Is that cool?
Yeah. And then
Chris is stylist too.
And I have to fix this. It's like, why did it turn like that?
I'll just throw on a t-shirt. I was gonna dress up at first.
No, trust me, I had a hoodie, everything. I was gonna put it on, but I have to do something when I'm here. So I was 1 second from being like, I just want my hoodie to come up here. Nobody can see it, you know what I mean? And then get dressed. But then I forgot with this thin pink shirt with makeup.
It's gonna smear.
I got so scared, and I was like, you know what? And plus, these are not ideal. I don't know what the heck I was thinking about trying to do hair today in this shirt because it's like I'm sweating already. And I've done this so many times. I haven't. No, I'm scared. I don't even know what they're gonna say.
I know, that's the thing, that you never know.
Yeah, and then it's like hard to think of something on the spot. Like, what are you gonna ask? And then what do I say? So I'm like, let's talk about you. I know, but I guess I never talk about me. You know, when you just don't, I'm just always the one working.
Yeah, so talk about you, like what motivates you, what inspires you, what.
And then again, then those questions would be, I can definitely answer them, but I feel like I have to
think about them.
Yeah, because I never get answered those questions. You know what I mean? I don't let them in here because they might distract me.
No, you're fine. We're gonna
Hey
let them
guys,
stay in there.
you can just take a quick
Push the door
video
open.
picture, and then y'all can sit out there.
Mornings with Michael and Friends on Power 108.9. January 8th is the date of 2019. Chris, I got it right. And it was on this day back in 1994 that Tanya Harding won the ladies' first U.S. figure skating championship up in Detroit, Michigan. One day after Nancy Kerrigan dropped out because she got hit in the leg by a dude that, come to find out, Tanya Harding set it up, the whole thing. Yep, that happened on this day in 1994. Also, it was on this day back in 1957 that Jackie Robinson announced his retirement from Major League Baseball in an article that appeared in Look magazine. So shout out to Jackie Robinson. We know how he changed the game of baseball, being one of the first African Americans to play this sport. Hey, a Tennessee woman who was serving a life sentence for killing a man who hired her for sex when she was 16 has been granted clemency by Governor Bill Haslam. Centoria Brown, who's now 30 years old, was granted full clemency on Monday after serving 12 years in prison. Now, Brown will be eligible for release in August and will stay on parole for 10 years. Kim Kardashian, Rihanna, LeBron James, and other celebrities rallied for Brown as she fought her life sentence. Brown was convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison when she was only 16 years old back in 2004. So congratulations to that Tennessee.
So they are letting her out?
Yes, they are, but not until August, though. That's the part that got me. I was like, damn, if I got clemency, can I leave today?
That's good, because I've seen that several times, and I think she deserves it.
Yeah, she really does. And shout out to my man Mike Jones. He's an attorney here in Atlanta, and I'm glad he popped on, because I'm curious, like, if you're granted clemency, why wouldn't you be able to leave today? Like, she gotta wait till August to leave. Like,
Right.
I was excited.
February.
I'm trying to go. Right, it's February. Exactly. I'm ready to go.
Did you say February?
Shit.
Oh.
Nafisah is in the building today. Why are you making your kids stand outside?
Because they might be a distraction. I want to stay focused.
Oh,
It's
my
my
goodness.
first time.
Nafisah is in the building with us, international hairstylist. Hey, Sharice. There goes Sharice.
Hey, Sheree.
They can go sit. They can go sit down there. It's in the lobby if y'all want to. I can't believe your mama did y'all like that, man. I wanted y'all to stay.
That's what mama's
And the other one is
His friend. Yes,
my
his
best
friend.
friend's son,
Okay. Nafisah's in the building. Good morning, Nafisah.
yeah. Good morning.
Welcome to the A from Durham, North Carolina, huh?
Thank you. Yeah, this is my third time coming here.
Okay. And now, oh, you know what? I don't think people can hear you because I don't think I turned your mic on. There you go. This is how many times you said third time being here?
Yeah, my third time.
Got you. And you are an international hairstylist. And shout out to your PR company that got you in here.
Yes,
Yeah.
Lemonade.
Yeah, shout out to them and congratulations. Welcome to that. So have you relocated to Atlanta or you just here?
No, I'm just here for 2 days and I'll go back to North Carolina.
What brought you to the A this week?
You.
Oh, really? Nice. That's awesome. Thank you.
And I have a few other jobs today.
Okay. How'd you get into hairstyling?
Well, I started working at my cousin's salon
Okay.
as a teenager, just, shampooing, sweeping up the floors, assisting her. And I knew that it was fun. I like the idea of having fun and making money,
There you go.
and making fast money. I was like, oh, wait, I think I want to do this. So I went to college for a little bit, but I really was into hair and beauty. So I attended Dudley's Beauty College, and I graduated from there. And I worked in different salons, but I knew that I wanted to work with celebrities.
Okay.
So in order to do that, I was in Durham, North Carolina. So of course you have to move.
That's what I'm about to say. Boy. Durham and celebrities.
We have some celebrities in Durham, but just a handful. So I moved to New York and worked at the Rita Hazan salon. And all the celebrities go there.
Okay.
They went there when I was there. They still go there. Beyonce, Kim Kardashian, Jennifer Lopez, everyone.
Okay.
So I knew that's where I wanted to go to learn about celebrity hairstyling.
Got
So
you.
I did that.
Got you. Celebrities pay a little bit more, like they pay a little bit more for cleaning too, don't they? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Now tell us about life in Durham. Like a lot of people know about that triangle, Durham, Raleigh, Chapel Hill. What is it about Durham that you
I
love?
love Durham. It's very diverse in the culture. I love it. And I feel like, I don't know, something about Durham. We all look out for each other. Everyone loves each other. And I don't know, I'm from Durham, so
Yeah.
I love it.
My grandmother and I used to make that bus trip, the real bus trip on the
Really?
trailways from Washington, D.C. down to Durham, North Carolina every year. And I always tell the story when I, being from D.C.,
Yeah.
Durham is kind of country To me, when I learned that I was coming to Atlanta for the summer, I was like, damn, if Atlanta is that much further south than Durham, how country is Atlanta then? All I thought was cows walking around and people with no shoes. Yes. Hey, we hanging out with, yeah, we hanging out with, well, you can still find that in some Texaco gas stations on the south side of town. Hey, we're hanging out with Nafisah today. Chris is also in the building. Yo, celebrating a birthday today. Happy birthday to you. Y'all know birthdays are brought to you by Coach Oliver Adams. He always reminds us that true power comes from the inside of you. And once the power to live is ignited, change happens immediately. He's got a new book out. It's called Power to Live Through Obstacles. And you can grab that thing on his website, power2live.net. What up, the Auto Insider? My man Daryl in the building. Hey, Daryl, we're going to do that Peachtree Road Race this year. I think I'm ready for you this year, brother. I think you beat me last year. Or the year before he beat me. No, he didn't. Hey, if you're celebrating a birthday, here's some celebrities that share that same day with you. Bob Eubanks is 82 years old. You remember Bob Eubanks? The Love Connection dude? I think he was on Love Connection. Nah, you don't remember that?
Love Connection.
Yeah, I think that was him. Kim Jong-un is 36. That's the North Korea dude. I didn't realize he was that young. You know, Donald Trump, little partner from Korea, the little short dude. 36.
What?
Yes. 36 years old today.
Did you?
Yeah.
Also celebrating a birthday today, fashion designer Carolina Herrera. She's 80 years old today. Former Atlanta Brave Jeff Francoeur turns 35 years old today. And a couple of WB birthdays, Chris. A WB birthday is a would-have-been birthday. If they would have been here today, then they would have been celebrating a birthday. Wendell Middlebrooks. That is the cat. He passed away when he was 36 years old. He would have been 41 years old today. But you remember those Miller High Life commercials where he would be wheeling the beer in the store, the African-American brother? If I show you this picture, y'all know what I'm talking about.
Let's see the picture.
Yeah, let's see the picture. Also, David Bowie would have been celebrating a birthday today. He passed away when he was 71. Well, he would have been 71 today. He passed away when he was 69. And Elvis Presley's birthday would have been today. He would have been 84 years old today. He passed away when he was 42 years old. So, older than that? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he was only 42. So, if you celebrate a birthday today, happy birthday to you from us. Mornings with Michael and Friends. Power 108.9. Wake up. She said, I don't know who he is. Let me show y'all his picture.
You gonna tag me in your what you call it?
Girl, I'm doing 100,000 things over here right now.
You got all your dates wrong. Dates, months.
Well, Nafisah, she said a lot of celebrities in Durham.
What's your name on Facebook? How do you spell your Facebook?
Nafisah Carter.
NAFISAH.
Killing it. She said that's a lot of celebrities.
We have a lot. We have Ninth Wonder. We have one of my mom's best friends, Nina Freeline. Have you ever?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's my mom's best friend. Ninth Wonder. You put it Ninth Wonder.
Is that the producer? What
Yeah,
night?
rapper.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you know, Big Daddy Kane.
Big Daddy came from Durham.
He lives there.
Oh, he does.
And you know who else? What's the guy Kid and
Play.
Play.
The dark skin one.
Yeah, he lives there.
Nice.
See, we have a little.
That's old boy right there. Y'all remember him from the middle of life?
No, I don't.
Y'all are killing me. These youngins, boy, I tell you. Y'all remember this commercial? You used to do this commercial? Oh, no, that's remembering him. All right, don't worry about it. Anyway. Daryl, you know who I'm talking about, the Miller High Life dude? Yeah. Thank you, Daryl. Even though he didn't say nothing. playing somewhere. Y'all hear y'all talking? Mornings with Michael and Friends on Power of 108.9. Hey, yesterday, Eric Black Jr. made his initial court appearance in Houston, Texas, during which a prosecutor said that it was a dispute at a nightclub that led to the shooting of young Jasmine Barnes. Now, Black and a second suspect, who is believed to be the gunman, allegedly mistook the car that the 7-year-old girl was in to one belonging to a dude they got into an altercation with later hours before. That's why the little 7-year-old is dead, because of that idiot Eric Black Jr. Gotta do better, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, hanging out with us today. Chris is in the building with us. Nafisah is in the building with us. And Nafisah is hanging out with us in ATL, Georgia. And up there in Durham, North Carolina, Nafisah's Beauty Boutique is what you do up there, right?
Yes.
Yeah, tell us about your boutique.
Okay.
No, go.
I do a lot of hair extensions, tons of hair extensions, basically every day. Blowouts, hair color, haircuts. And then I travel when I do celebrity work.
Mm-hmm.
So I do a few there, but mainly on location.
What is it about hair? I know from a money aspect, and we had a young lady in yesterday. I think she was a makeup artist. Was that yesterday? I don't even be knowing the date, Chris. But we talk about makeup artists that are artists. You know what I'm saying? Because you get to transform people via makeup. Is that the same feeling for you as a hairstylist?
Yeah, definitely. That's what I love, the transformation. So I like to see them come in one way and then they leave completely different.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I still like natural beauty. A lot of people do come to me for natural looking hair extensions. So I don't take them too far away from what they naturally look like, but it just mainly enhances.
For some reason, we think that hair extensions and wigs and stuff like that is new, like new business. But our grandmamas and them was throwing them wigs on back in the day, right?
Yeah, like this has been going on forever. For I don't even know how many years they were wearing wigs in Egypt, and it's been going on for a long time.
Now, you dropped some celebrity names earlier this morning, or just a little bit while ago. I tried to oversell that, didn't I? But with those celebrities like Kim Kardashian and Beyonce, are those some people that you work with?
I haven't worked with them. I worked in the salon. So working in the salon, you do have to help out with everyone that comes in there. So at some point, I've helped out with shampooing or getting them here or there. So yeah.
I'd have been trying to get over the beat to do something. Can I just do the wash? Can I shampoo? Well, let me rephrase that. My mom's a hairstylist. She retired from being a hairstylist. It's not wash, it's shampoo the hair. Yeah, I just do the shampoo the hair. Mm-hmm. What's next for you though? So what you got planned in the future?
Well, I have a lot of things planned. I plan on traveling more overseas. I'm beginning to really like traveling overseas and teaching classes and educating the women about hair and products and things like that. And I have another project coming up in Paris.
Okay.
So that's next month. I'm excited about
that. Look at you.
I know. I just love to travel. I love to travel. I love to work, and I love to meet the people.
Yeah. Chris, let me ask you, because you are a business owner yourself as well, and business owners' stories, all, kind of sound the same, you know what I'm saying? And now you're getting to a point too now where you're helping others create their own businesses. When you look at where you are today, what are your plans for the next chapter for you?
My plans for the next chapter is my book that I'm about to release. It's called From Desperation to Destiny.
Nice.
I wrote a bill to help out women who are victims, women and men who are victims of domestic violence. And then also my nonprofit that helps single mothers. Okay. So those are the next three things.
And for some odd reason, not here at Power 108.9, but a lot of us, we don't talk about domestic violence until domestic violence awareness month happens and all that good stuff. But for you to get out of that situation and turn everything around, what was it for you?
I think a lot of it was just being willing to be transparent. You know, a lot of times I think when people find themselves in those situations, sometimes there's no one to talk to, and sometimes the people that you talk to, they don't believe you.
Right.
And then if they do believe you, sometimes the right support system is not in place.
Mm-hmm.
So for me getting out, it was about me really being transparent, and I have found an organization who I now sit on the board to help me get out of that situation.
Got you. And then the new book, I know that's funny, right? You started it yet?
It's finished.
Oh, it's done.
Yeah.
Look at you.
I got to call Sharice later on, but it's finished. So I'm working on getting it released hopefully in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah. Hey, Sharice, so you heard that, right? So
Sharice.
she's getting that book ready. Hey, shout out to my man, Daryl. Hey, yeah, me too, Daryl. He said he about to jump on that treadmill right now and wait for me at Piedmont Park on the 4th of July. For real, he's going to wear that Piedmont? That's my bad, Daryl. Hey, when we come back, I'm gonna tell you about this carnival cruise lady, and what the judge said. Nah, partner, that's not Carnival Cruise's fault. I'll tell you whose fault it was. Also, did I mention that today is January 8th? God damn, I thought I had it. I think it's your fault, Chris.
It gotta be.
We come back as more mornings with Mike and Friends. Power 108.9. It's your fault.
I know, right?
You started the whole day off wrong with me.
Like, oh, he's gonna be right here.
Look at Nafisah, y'all.
I need to get video.
She getting it all.
Yeah, I have to. Oh wait, this is
The water bottle.
I like the little water bottle. Cute. It is.
Shout out to Faro Jaro.
Oh, that is good. You do good pictures. I don't take good pictures.
I love making connections, y'all.
Lipstick probably off.
Hey, yeah, thanks for sharing that feed for me. Appreciate y'all. Let them get their photography on.
Because I can keep going. I'll keep going.
Mornings with Michael and Friends on Power 108.9. January 8th is the day 2019. And did you know that it was on this day back in 1675 that the first corporation was chartered in the United States of America? The company was the New York Fishing Company. Yep, it happened on this day back in 1675. Also on this day, in 1973, the trial opened in Washington, D.C. for 7 men accused of bugging the Democratic Party headquarters in the Watergate apartment complex up there in Washington, D.C. That's where the whole Watergate scandal, John started. Yep, on this day, 1973. Yesterday, a federal judge has found that Carnival Cruise Lines is not responsible for the death of a 33-year-old woman of 4 who fell overboard from one of his ships back in 2016. Now, the Carnival Cruise Line will not be held liable for the death of Samantha Broberg, who died May 16th after falling from a Carnival Liberty cruise ship. Now, her husband, Carl, sued Carnival last year, alleging that the cruise line had not protected his wife and continued to serve her drinks when she was visibly intoxicated. Now, on the night of the death, which occurred just 13 hours after she set sail for the 4-day Caribbean cruise, they said that Samantha had already consumed at least 7 double vodkas and sodas and 2 beers.
Wow.
So the husband filed a lawsuit, and Carnival said, "Nah, where were you, husband?"
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You knew wifey was drunk.
Right.
What she tried to do was there was a chair near the railing. If you've ever cruised before, you know how the chairs are right there on the railing. She tried to step up on the chair and take a picture on the railing and fell overboard. I want to say that's what you get, but I think that would be too harsh, too soon. But no, you can't be jumping up on that rail like that. That's a lot of damn water. Yeah. Day one, 13 hours. So yeah, Carnival said, nope, not today. And then yesterday, I got to talk about just a little bit, not a whole lot. I just want to get my stance on R. Kelly. Since we're talking about domestic violence. My barber, and I'm going to put him on blast. I know you're probably watching. My barber, Romeo, said the other day, we knew that about R. Kelly all along. I said, no, we didn't. I said, I know he liked young girls, but I was unaware of the physical abuse and the control. And I'll tell you when to eat. I'll tell you when to sleep. I tell you not to look at people. I was not aware of that part. And I think that for me personally, that changes the game.
It does.
For Robert and what he's got going on. You agree?
I agree. I fully agree.
Because it's the manipulation and the abuse and no, you can't do that.
No, but people think they can. But you can't.
And a lot of people have come out against that dude. Yesterday, Damon John from Shark Tank, the brother, Fubu brother. Did y'all hear what he said?
No,
He said, F. R. Kelly, I hope you die.
Did he?
Go to jail. Yes, I want you to go to jail. And then in jail, I want you to die while you're in jail. I was like, damn, Damon John.
Wow.
He was upset. But it makes sense because, like I said, I think a lot of people didn't know the stories of the women. And when you put the faces out there and you hear the stories. Now, once again, R. Kelly has never been charged. I think he's been charged with something, but has never been found guilty. But to hear these stories from the women, like it really opens our eyes about Robert.
Well, shame on me, but I haven't watched anything about R. Kelly because I've been doing a lot of stuff. But I did see someone post, and I'm not saying this justifies anything that he does, but I did see someone post that he was molested and raped from 7 to 14 or whatever. So I think that if he's never got counsel or if he's never completely healed from that, then that plays a major part of why the dude is sick.
Yeah, it does. It does. And it goes back to, like we always talk about as it pertains to mental health and domestic abuse. We don't address the problem.
We don't.
We want to pray it out.
And cover it up.
Yep.
And
put Uncle Johnny in the basement and don't nobody go down there because Uncle Johnny a little crazy.
Right.
No, instead of getting professional help, and when you don't get help, this is what happens 20 years from that day.
Right. And I think a lot of people frown down on professional help. Like health is the new wealth.
Right.
And people frown down on it. Like people don't want to say, well, I'm in therapy or I'm in counseling. You know, and I think all those things are good for your soul. Like we maintain everything else. We maintain our hair.
Yep.
We maintain our lips. We maintain
Yep.
our eyelashes. We maintain our bodies because we go to the gym. So I don't know why we wouldn't maintain our mentality. And when we can't maintain it, let somebody else help us.
Yeah, we need help.
Right.
I can't cut my hair myself. You do your own hair?
I do.
If you could, oh, you do. Oh,
but that's because
you're an exception.
Yeah,
you're an exception.
I know Sharice do mine.
Shout out to White Diamond. But I think that's the problem when it comes to, you know, like your situation with domestic violence and in the case of these sisters that, you know, are alleging that R. Kelly did all these things. The root of the problem is the fact that if he was put in situations as a youngin and never got counsel for it, we can see where it all starts.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's my stance on it. And I love the meme I saw yesterday. I see that meme that said, my daughter and I were sitting here watching Space Jams. And then when the song I Believe I Can Fly came on, she said, Daddy, who is that? And the daddy said, I told her Jacquees. I said, perfect. Hey, when we come back. Jacquees. Okay, sounds good to me. We'll talk more. We got our guests in the building. Nafisah's in the building. Chris is in the building. We're going to tell you where you can catch them at all weekend long. Because I know they're going to be partying somewhere. I know you came today and not going to party, right?
Well, I leave in the morning.
You can party tonight. Waffle House gonna be open.
The party at Waffle House.
Mornings with Michael and Friends
It's
on
an
Power
AA until-
108.9. Everywhere, right?
What's today? Tuesday.
Tuesday, January 8th.
January the 8th. You get it right consistently.
Can't wait. Can't wait to be on the show, Michael, once I get this comic book together. But I am extremely happy, proud, and excited for all that you're doing. Appreciate that, Dwayne. Hurry up and get that comic book done, boy. So did you just got down here?
Literally.
Really?
Yeah, like an hour ago.
Wow.
And I was like, can I just close my eyes for 5 minutes, please? Yes, I'm so sleepy. Close my eyes.
That's
I
how
have
you
a
close your
long
eyes.
day.
We're almost there.
Oh, no, I'm fine. I have a long day. 'Cause after here, I have to be somewhere else.
Okay.
We'll go back to my hotel and do my hair. 'Cause I never did. I just want to just do my makeup and run out the door.
Well, we're glad you hung out with us.
I know. I'm glad. I can be here.
Chris, what's the name of the book?
Really cool.
From desperation to destiny.
What a Diane Fletcher. I know you about a different name, Diane. Mornings with Michael and Friends, Power 108.9. International hairstylist Nafisah is hanging out with us today, all the way from Durham, North Carolina. Also, Chris is in the building, all the way from that Cincinnati, Ohio. And they're hanging. We're talking entrepreneurship. We're talking business. We're talking a little bit of everything.
Everything.
6 figures, single mom of 6.
6.
That's the name of the corporation.
Correct.
And you
No,
got
the name of the corporation is Christeria Land. 6 figure
Yeah.
single mama 6 is the brand.
it's a brand.
Are you a single mom?
A 6.
Really?
Yes, of 6.
That's
Of 6.
amazing.
That's what I'm talking about. We had 2, and I was like, okay, that's it.
I just have one.
One of the best friend, right?
Yeah.
One of the best friends. From Desperation to Destiny is going to be the title of the new book that you have coming out. You know, we talk about we look in the globe and we look at our future, and a lot of times the way it worked out isn't the way it was planned. And
Right.
now you're a business owner, mom of 6, single mom of 6, got an amazing business that you're running, and now an author.
Yes.
Did you see that? Was that in the crystal ball?
It was.
Oh, really?
I'm a writer. You know, it was. I'm a writer. I actually wrote a movie as well
Okay.
called The Pursuit of Passion.
Okay.
So I knew at the age of 9 that I always wanted to write books and I always wanted to write. So it was somewhere, I just didn't know where.
Yeah, that creativity. You were always a creator.
Yes.
Did your parents say that was okay, or they was like, "Nah, you're gonna have to find a real job"?
Okay, so I'm not taking up y'all show. But
Bring it on.
But no, so I just met my dad in July.
Okay.
So my whole life I've been looking for my dad. I just met him. My mom, she just worked pretty much all her life. My dad, I didn't know what he was. My birth certificate said Spain, could never find him. So I just, found that he was Dominican. And so when I met my dad's side of the family, they're all entrepreneurs.
Mhm.
So I'm like all of them.
Yes.
So it was in my blood. I just never knew kind of where it came from.
Got you.
If that
Got you.
makes sense.
What about you, Nafisah? What was it always in your family bloodline?
Yeah, it was. My mom owned a high-end jewelry kiosk in Crabtree Valley Mall in Raleigh.
Okay.
I don't know if you've heard of it. Growing up, and my dad helped her out. They had their business together, and they were entrepreneurs. So I grew up around entrepreneurs, and she would show us how to set up, and she would travel to New York to do trade shows. Sometimes she would do 1-day trips. You know, go up there, get her things, come back, set up, teach us about customer service. So I learned a lot from my parents, and I really didn't. I thought it was fun. Like, I really didn't realize I was learning. So when I look back, I'm like, oh my gosh, she was definitely my inspiration. Yeah.
We had a young kid, a young entrepreneur on the show. Him and his dad were on the show. He's 8 years old. He's got a couple of books that he's already written at the age of 8 years old. And obviously his dad pushes him, you know, as entrepreneur. And he told a story to us about his teacher in career day, and how someone came in for career day and was asking the kids what they wanted to be when they grow up. You know, kids said, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a rapper, I want to be a lawyer. Well, when he raised his hand, he said, he's an entrepreneur. And the teacher and the person that was in there on the career day said, well, no, that's not a real job. You know, like, what do you want to do? And he said, no, I'm an entrepreneur. And he mentioned to us that, you know, this person gave more credit to the guy that wanted to be a rapper than the kid that's saying that he or she wants to be an entrepreneur. And I think there has to be a point in society, especially in America, where we begin to teach entrepreneurship. Because the earlier we instill that, you know what I'm saying, the brighter the future for our youngins will be.
Yes, I totally agree.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
And you say that's what you do for your
my
son?
Yeah, when he was in elementary school, maybe 6th grade, he was ordering wholesale iPhone accessories and selling them at school. I didn't even know. I'm like, what are you doing? He was like, oh, I ordered them wholesale. I'm like, oh, how did you know that?
Right, exactly.
So,
yeah.
So he's been doing things like that forever since he was little.
Well, we might need to holler at your son to get a iPhone. Chris over there. Chris over there stuck on the 6.
Oh no! Yeah,
No, she don't want it. She don't want it. She don't want it. You know, she gonna keep her little iPhone 6. And speaking of phones, AT&T is under fire for showing smartphone users the 5G logo on handsets. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, now AT&T is rocking this 5G deal now. And we're on 4G. You're probably still on 2G over there. But they put the 5G logo on there, even though they're not connected to the much anticipated next generation network. So they had people on their phones saying, hey, look, I'm on 5G. I was talking to my son last night. My son's 21, and we were talking about this story. He said, yeah, I'm sure it was funny. I'm standing there with my 5G, standing next to you with your 4G, but your 4G going faster than my 5G. Like, so yeah, shame on you, AT&T. Hey, when we come back, we're gonna wrap this thing up. Also tell you about some people that's out of work. Also tell you about some people that's making a lot of money too. It's Mornings with Michael and Friends. What up, Laura? All the way from that Cali. Yep, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. You know we appreciate your support, Laura. Mornings with Michael and Friends on Power 108.9. Shout, wake up.
Can we get some in your footage?
Yeah, it's on. It'll be on. I got this right here.
I'm not on there. You see how
You
you
right
took me
here.
off?
You right here.
Oh, you are on there. Oh, I like it.
Yeah, y'all right there.
Oh, okay. I'm like, where am I at?
I think that's from my sound. I'm about to totally distract y'all now.
Why? Yeah, look at
Look, that's the first thing she did. That's the first thing she did. What up, Will? Hey, Chris. Mornings with Michael and Friends, Power 108.9, as we wrap up this Tuesday, January 8th show. 2019. Gotta say thank you to Miss Nafisah and Chris hanging out with us. Before we go, I'm gonna let y'all shout out, tell everybody what you got going on. But there's some people out of work due to the government shutdown. Hundreds of TSA agents have called out of work within the last week at major airports across the United States, causing travel misery for thousands of frustrated passengers. TSA reported an increase in call-outs to their agents who aren't being paid due to the shutdown. Now, agents who have called out are using their sick days rather than work for free. As many as 170 agents have called out each day within the past week at JFK Airport. Now, wait times around 90 minutes, even at the TSA pre-check-in, which usually travelers can just walk in, walk out. Snoop Doggy Dogg laid into President 45 in a profane video posted on Instagram in which he urged the government workers not to vote for the president because he doesn't give a F about y'all. So shout out to Snoop. Also, Amazon has eclipsed Microsoft as the most valuable publicly traded company in the United States of America.
Wow.
As the seesaw stock market continues to reshuffle corporate America, the shift occurred Monday after Amazon shares rose 3% to close at $1,629.51.
A share?
Yes. Meanwhile, Microsoft is stuck at $102 a share, leaving the software company valued at about $784 billion, while Amazon is market value is $797 billion.
Wow.
Man, I'm doing
So
something
is
wrong.
Bill Gates still the richest person or Jeff Bezos?
Nah,
Or
Jeff.
Bezos?
Yeah, Jeff has got them. And think about it. Amazon was just founded not too long ago.
That's the innovativeness.
That's the innovativeness. And for those that don't remember, what did Amazon used to sell first? Books. That was
They
it.
did. Yeah. I just think like they did. They just used to sell books.
They used to just sell books. And that's the thing. How innovative can you be? You ain't got to recreate the wheel, but you just got to make stuff easier for people.
Yes.
And when we look at companies like Amazon, Netflix.
Yeah. Nobody ever saw Blockbuster going out.
No.
Netflix.
Blockbuster got a little cocky. Yeah, Blockbuster got a little cocky. Said people always gonna want to come into the store and buy videos. No, we're not. Especially when you start charging them damn late fees.
Right. Crazy.
Right.
I remember that.
It used to be times at Blockbuster, boy, when you couldn't get an account, you had to use your partner's Blockbuster card because you owe like $40.
Right.
You owe $40 in late fees. And then when they started putting that damn "please be kind and rewind" on the damn videotapes, like I was frustrated at that point. But Amazon, talking about Amazon and they're just being innovative and looking at Netflix. Netflix the same way. Netflix, you used to go online and they used to send you the DVDs. Remember?
Yep.
And they sent you that little red little thing, and you watch a movie and you send it back. Now all of a sudden they was like, you know what? That's cost too much money. Let's find a way to stream. Not only do they stream, now they create their own content now. So they got their own shows that you can go in and watch and all that good stuff. So yes, today is about being innovative. And I had two sisters that have really been innovative and taking their businesses to the next level. Nafisah, I know you're going to be in Atlanta for a while, but for those that want to continue to follow you and support you, and if we up in Durham, North Kakalaki, and I need these sides hit up a little bit, you got your boy? You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. How can we keep in touch with you?
Well, I'm based out of Raleigh, so if you're in that area, please come see me. You can follow me on Instagram at Nafisah Carter. I just changed my Instagram. It was Nafisah's Beauty.
Okay.
Nafisah Carter. And that's on everything. Facebook, Instagram, also.
Everything.
Yeah.
Pleasure to meet you, sis. Enjoy yourself while you in Atlanta for hanging out with us. And Chris, you the bomb.
Thank you.
You need to come co-host with us one morning.
I would love to.
Especially when the new book comes out, From Desperation to Destiny. Like, we definitely want to have you up here. You have a powerful story. You just talked about being innovative, like Jeff Bezos, having that mindset. What's the first step to having that mindset of being innovative?
Being willing to change it. That's it. You have to be willing to change it. And sometimes that most people are so set in their ways, and most people are stuck in doing the things the way that they want to do it. So you just have to be open and willing to change your mind and see things from a different perspective.
Yeah, there you go. On that note, how can we keep in touch with you?
You can follow me on Facebook at Christeria Lynn, and if you don't know how to spell my name because it's a little complicated, it's CHRISTERIALYNN. You can also follow me on Instagram at Christeria Lynn and Twitter at Christeria Lynn.
Christeria, who are you and what do you do?
I am Christeria Lynn, the six-figure single mom of six. I help transform people's businesses and I help transform people's lives.
Nafisah, who are you and what do you do?
I am Nafisah Carter, and I'm an international celebrity hairstylist.
Hey, bottom line. Hey, if you missed any of today's show, all you got to do is go to the Power 108.9 YouTube page. I wasn't in that video. They all up in that video. And we'll post some stuff a little bit later on. I will bet $5 that Chris don't know today's date.
January 8th,
Okay.
2019.
Okay, we even. We even then. Chris, we
You
even
got it
in.
wrong so much. I know it.
Chris, we even in because you owe me $5 because I told you the number was in that email. Remember that? Yes, we did. Hey. Hey, we'll see y'all tomorrow. It's mornings with Mike. Hold on, no, not just tomorrow. We'll see y'all tonight because tonight is the debut of the Playbook with Melinda and Dawn. You can check them out tonight on Power 108.9 at 9 p.m. tonight, right here at Power 108.9. The Playbook, Melinda and Dawn. Well, their conversations, boy. I wish I could talk like that at 7 o'clock in the morning. We'll see y'all tomorrow mornings with Michael and friends. Yes, sir. Wake up. Let's go. Good job,
This
y'all.
is so cool. I like
you.
it.
Thank
you
for having me.
You're welcome. Let's get some pictures real quick. Hey, Cherie, good morning. Oh, hey, Cherie, good morning. Shout out to you. Long time no see.
Yeah, can you? I'm trying to find it.
Appreciate y'all for sharing. I really appreciate that. Y'all are the best.
You want me to use yours?
Oh, you got a better camera. You hear everybody? Want to use yours?
Ooh, ooh, ooh.